Joshua Hardcastle, you are accused of, on the occasion of last evening past, in this tavern, the Raleigh Tavern, uttering expressions highly degrading to the good men who are now in habitation of this place. You are further accused, sir, of frequently speaking of the cause of America in a most disgraceful and menacing manner. How do you plead?
How do I plead? I do not plead at all with you, sirrah. You are no authority to be pleaded to. You have no authority whatsoever. I demand that your party of ruffians and bully boys unhand me and no more pester me. I will not answer to you for any expressions or utterances that I made in regard to anything. I'm coming down off.
Oh, you will answer, Hardcastle, and you will do so in short order. Now, once more, man, as regards these charges, do you wish to enter a plea?
Yes. Oh, yes, I do plead. I plead with anyone here who is possessed of any sanity to assert it and assist me in being released from these buckskinners, these lawless men who call themselves soldiers, who are nothing more than brutes of the prince. You will do no such thing. You will get to kill for me. Kill for me.
I am certain that all here present now see the necessity of our undertaking. Joshua Hardcastle, this tribunal will by every measure be fair and equitable. And as is custom, once the case against you has been made, then any whom you would call and will step forward as witness for you will be permitted to do so. Captain Nicholas, I would move the prosecution calls the first witness.
For its first witness, the prosecution calls Sergeant Rose.
Shall I do it from here, sir?
That'll be fine, Sergeant.
Very well.
Happy to hold on to it, sir.
Sergeant Rose, if you would, step forward just a bit and state for this court your full name.
Sergeant William Rose, sir.
If you can, raise your right hand. Sergeant Rose, do you swear the testimony you shall give this tribunal will be the truth, so help you God?
I so swear.
Very well.
Hold a moment, Captain Nicholas, if you would.
Sir.
Mr. Lewis, thank you, sir. Mr. Lewis, remove his gag. Joshua Hardcastle, I am not so cold of a man as to cause you to stand there and remain gagged. If you will agree to restrain yourself and remain silent. But if you so much as breathe too heavily, I will have the gag returned, not to be removed. Now what say you?
I agree.
I mean not one outburst. Very well. Sergeant, you remain where you are.
Thank you, like, sir.
Captain?
Sergeant Rose, were you present in this tavern, the Raleigh Tavern, this last evening past?
I was, sir.
Was the accused, Joshua Hardcastle, also present?
He was, sir.
During the course of the evening, Sergeant Rose, were you able to overhear any of his conversation?
Sir, you couldn't help but overhear him. The later the night got, the louder his pronouncements became.
His pronouncements, you said?
I was engaged in a private conversation. It's no one's business but mine what I'm
Sergeant,
saying.
return his gag.
I will speak in my own defense.
Once the case against you has been made, and not before. I said return his gag.
I must make foul and remain silent. I will. Sir?
See that you do, Hardcastle. You're trying the court's patience. Captain?
Sergeant Rose, what were the nature of Hardcastle's pronouncements?
The whole night, sir, he kept making all these remarkably insulting statements about us and the other men. That we were nothing more than Patrick Henry's toy soldiers. And that as poor as we were at the drill, he was inciting other people to pray for us, that we not shoot one another or stab one another with our own bayonets. And then he insulted us, sir. Not just with insult, but with provocation, with threat. He said that when the British soldiers finally got here, they would mow us down like cutting ripe wheat on a cool day, and he, for one, would delight to see it happen.
Once again, Joshua Hardcastle, is there anyone you would call to refute these charges against you?
No.
No! Then what have you to say for yourself, man? Can you deny what these men have assigned to you?
I cannot deny the saying of those things. I did not mean that any real harm should come to those men. I have a right, as an not just a right, but a duty to speak against the treason that is
That's
now being
enough,
committed.
sir. Enough, Hardcastle. Now we have heard testimony against you, and by your own words, you do not deny it. I will now take the case before the tribunal. Officers of this court, as regards the charge against Joshua Hardcastle, how do we find this day? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty!
Yes! Unanimous, then, sir. You have been found guilty for the facts laid to your charge. Captain Nicholas,
Sir.
what punishments may we consider in relation to these crimes?
Well, sir, I would say there were three punishments befitting the crime. Firstly, if the accused, Joshua Hardcastle, will show remorse and make apologies, that he might be allowed to make concessions to the parties offended.
I will make no concessions. I have broke no law. This is a sham court.
Return his
I'm
gag.
sorry, it's a date against my personal.
Return his gag, Sergeant.
God's sake, someone help me. Give me down from here.
So much for remorse and apology, aye, Hardcastle? Very well. Captain Nicholas, what is next to be considered, sir?
Well, sir, we could drum him out of the city, march him through the streets at a slow drumbeat to suffer whatever physical abuse or verbal insult any may give to him. Akin to running the gauntlet, sir.
There is great appeal in that, is there not, gentlemen? Or perhaps we should hear the third. Captain?
Well, sir, we might have him fitted out for a coat of thick set, of scalding hot tar and feathers, riding through the town on a fence rail to be scorned and ridiculed.
Tar and feathers, that teach the lesson. Officers of this court, all in favor of hot tar and feathers will now vote aye. Unanimous then. Joshua Hardcastle, after a candid, mature, and deliberate examination of the witnesses, you have been found guilty of the facts laid to your charge. You are hereby sentenced to be clothed in a coat of hot tar and feathers and ridden on a rail through this town. Take him to the Liberty Pole, man.
Get off of me! Thank you! Thank you, sir! Help me, please! You're going to scold your eye! Help me, please! Anyone can say that! You don't say that! Don't stop this! Help me, please! Don't stop this! Stop! Stop! I will apologize! I will apologize! Please stop! Please stop!
You will make a public apology?
Yes?
You will ask pardon, sir, of every soldier and every officer now here present?
Yes? Yes?
You agree, Hardcastle, that you will never again be guilty of a like offense?
I will promise.
You are aware, sir, that your apology is going to be printed in the Gazette for all to read.
Yes.
Well, I'd say that's quite enough then. Remove him into Subtle's tavern. We'll have him draw up his apology. Come on.